Alrighty, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Not sure exactly what the rest of the upcoming week's schedule has to hold, but obviously we're here tonight, starting with using the parry strat. Well, absolutely we'll be parrying, that's for sure. What's up, Freak? By the way, I have a, my setup here, since I'm playing on PC, is really wonky. I will do my best to do things like shoutouts and whatnot, but if I'm in the middle of the game, it's a little, I have to like tab out and do all this weird shit. So right now I'm fine. But welcome on in, everybody. What's up, Scott, Freak, Mr. B? Hope you guys are doing well. There will be another stream this week. I just don't know when it'll be exactly. But yeah, the other night we finished Shining Force 3 Scenario 1, sort of. We ran into that same glitch where, as soon as we went to the Aspia Castle moat, like what had happened previously many streams ago, the game instantly skipped to the final cutscene. Yes, I could have gone through debugging and all this kind of stuff, but I really wasn't in the mood, so we just let it roll. And obviously, you know, I beat the game before, so if anybody wanted to see that, I put the link in the pinned comment description for that video. I did mention that we were going to take a break before Scenario 2 and Scenario 3. I am adhering to that. Current projects, there are 3. 1, the live streams for the next little while will be Dark Souls 1, all bosses, no rolling. When we're done with that, I'm still not sure what I'll be streaming exactly, but that's going to be the stuff that we're streaming for the foreseeable future. The offline sort of long play format that I've been doing a lot lately for retro achievements, we're continuing on there with Final Fantasy II, originally on the Famicom. About a sixth of the way through there. Excuse me, haven't played any of that this weekend. We'll probably get back on that a little bit tomorrow and then more on Tuesday. And for the next Let's Play and review, Mo Garden Dude, thank you for the subscription. For the next Let's Play and review, I did a poll, which ended at 12 o'clock today, and Shadow Tower won, which is pretty cool. So we're playing 2 FromSoft games at once. I've never played Shadow Tower, surprisingly. I love the Kingsfield series. You know, I've played through Kingsfield 1 like 3 times, Kingsfield 2 and 3 once, Kingsfield 4 once in a fifth. So yeah, my first time venturing into Shadow Tower. I messed around with it a little bit today to make sure the audio levels were right for the Let's Play, and yeah, very Kingsfieldy. So looking forward to it. I know there's some gimmicks, like there's no music apparently in the game. I want to say there's more projectile type weapons, possibly guns. I could be thinking of Shadow Tower Abyss, the PS2 sequel, but I guess we'll see. I've never beaten it before, I've never seen anybody beat it before, so it's going to be a completely fresh playthrough. Should be a lot of fun. I have off of work tomorrow, actually, and I'm probably going to spend like a solid 3 or 4 hours getting my Let's Play off the ground for that. So yeah, after we wrap up, you know, the DSR challenge run here, and or Shadow Tower, that's when we'll wrap back to Shining Force 3 Scenario 2. Which I had planned, just wanted a little break. We've played a lot of Shining Force lately, and I just needed a little palate cleanser. There's also 2 other games that came out, indie games, like Kickstarter type games, sadly within a week. I think the one came out like last Wednesday, maybe? And one that I backed 7 or 8 years ago is coming out on Tuesday. Kingdoms of the Dump, which is a pretty cool indie RPG, like 16-bit style. I think they got, if I remember correctly, I think the composer is somebody famous. I don't remember what they worked on, but like they did stuff during that era. And the aesthetic of it's pretty interesting. It's like garbage, a dump kingdom. And then the other one was Verho, which I played for on my channel, not this past October, but the October before. The developer gave me a early access to the demo, and I really liked it. It's a Kingsfield-like type of game. The full version came out a few days ago, but I have too many projects going on right now, so I probably won't be getting Verho until next year. Kingdoms of the Dump, since I backed it, I will get a digital copy of that. I wouldn't mind possibly streaming that, but we'll see. I don't think so, Freak. The one, I think I know which one you're talking about. That one did arrive. That was the Beyond Shadowgate, which was like the true Shadowgate sequel, so to speak. I did get that one a little while ago. That one did get delayed a few times, but it wasn't anything crazy. Kingdoms of the Dump, I actually only backed at like a very low level. So I think my name is in the credits and I get a digital copy and that's it. I can't remember if I put my actual name or if I put Bits and Glory, but I'm really excited for that. I do think that I might end up streaming that. I think when we're done with DSR here and when we're done with Shadow Tower, I think I might do a offline Let's Play in review for Shining Force 3 Scenario 2, and I might stream Kingdoms of the Dump. That might be fun, but we'll see. I don't want to get ahead of myself. We have a lot of things going on here. So again, thank you guys for hanging out tonight. We'll get started here in just a minute. If you haven't already, please make sure to like the stream. And get a couple things out of the way now, and then I'll reiterate it when we hop into DSR. We're doing a no roll run. We are going to do all bosses, so DLC included. Obviously, it's not going to be one stream. The punishment, so to speak, for rolling is I just have to die. So if I, there will be accidental rolls, because I actually started this run offline like 4 weeks ago, and I had audio issues. So I ended up scrapping it after about 45 minutes of playtime, and I decided I was just going to stream it. I accidentally rolled twice. Like, once was complete accident. Once was, I'm just so used to rolling, so I rolled through an enemy, and then I ended up actually dying at a boss because I accidentally rolled while moving sideways. So it's going to be very frustrating. Your muscle memory is always trying to roll, obviously, because you get iframes. That's what it's like predicated on. Obviously, people have done this challenge before. It's nothing crazy. Also, people have beaten the games, without rolling, without sprinting, without getting hit. So it's nothing groundbreaking. I just like to continuously do interesting little challenge runs to kind of make the game feel fresh. So if I end up rolling, I will do my best to update my roll counter on the chat. Right now it's at 0. We must die, either let the enemy kill us or we jump off. And whatever souls I had at that point, I can't pick up. So that's like the punishment. Now, you might be saying, what about jumping? I'm going to try to minimize jumping. I'm not going to outright ban it, but I'm going to try my best to not jump. And the only place off the top of my head that I will allow myself to roll would be possibly when you go up into Anor Londo on the rafters. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think I might be able to get there without rolling. Probably can. But the one place that's really hard to get to without rolling is when you have to go back to the Undead Asylum to beat the Stray Demon. The easiest way to get onto the pillar is to roll. Jumping is like a fucking nightmare, so I'll probably just allow myself to roll there. Yeah, I could, but it's also tied to sprinting and jumping and all that kind of stuff. I don't do the clicker, so I just have everything on B or circle. The tree hollow, yeah. I can't think of anything else though. But anyway, let's just get started. Also, I don't have this scene on my stream deck, so I actually have to manually click it. And we're not showing anything, so that's a great sign. Don't know why that's happening, so hold on. There we are. We're not doing the chat on the screen either, guys, so apologies there. And am I... What the fuck? Why didn't it save? Hold on. For some reason, my filter didn't save here. I need to flip. Flip me. Why aren't you flipped? Boom. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Timestamp. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Bits Plays. I guess this is going to be another Dark Souls challenge run. One that I have not actually done before. It's going to be no rolling, all bosses, Dark Souls Remastered. I just kind of went over it in my pre-stream, but I'll do it very quickly here. If I roll, I have to kill myself. I can't pick up my souls. I am allowed to jump, but we're going to minimize that. The only place that I'm going to allow myself to roll is to get back to the Undead Asylum later on to beat the Stray Demon. Otherwise, can't roll. I could do anything else I want to do. I could parry, I could sprint, I could walk, I could, obviously wear chunky armor, do this, that, and the other, but I cannot roll. So, we'll see how this goes. And let's actually click in. And just bear with me, it's a little bit of a clunkier setup than usual. So we won't take too long here, by the way. I have so many wires. Jeez. I'm used to playing with like wireless controllers, but my Bluetooth's all like jacked up on my computer, so if it's not retro, I have a wire going. Oh yeah, I gotta do the keyboard. We'll do bits. We'll keep it simple, shall we? We obviously are gonna want a lot of vitality. We're gonna also want a lot of strength. We're gonna be doing base tanking, which thankfully in DS1's relatively easy once you get yourself off the ground. I'm actually leaning towards bandit here. Although this ain't bad, because I do need some dex. I do not care whatsoever about intelligence or faith on this run or attunement. Probably stick with the bandit. Obviously I didn't do much research going into this either, so. Endurance 12. Yeah, I think we'll start with the bandit. Does flipping count with the Darkwood grain ring or whatever? Yeah, barrel roll counts. We'll go master key because why not? We got to be large and in charge. We got to go Jubilant Katarina, of course, and you got to have the bobbed haircut as always, and you got to have red hair. And we're just gonna keep it there. Shit, I do not want to be online, by the way. As is the case with a lot of PC gaming, especially FromSofty type stuff. You get hackers. Well, let's go ahead. Actually, I'm going to first start offline so that way I don't have to worry about it. No intro, no. Yeah, more pedestrian games, exactly, nasty. Yeah, this is not definitely not going to be a Let's Play style at this point. Played the game too many times. Oh yeah, and I will be allowing save quitting. I abuse the hell out of that, always. Alright. So this should be interesting. Like I said, I did start this run offline a while ago. Hold on a second. Go in here. I actually cleaned my basement for the first time in a while. Doing some deep organizing. So it feels nice and fresh down here. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend, by the way. Like I said, I have off tomorrow, so I'm in a better mood than usual. That's probably the only reason why I'm streaming tonight, is because I don't have to go to work tomorrow. Nothing crazy, I'm just taking a day off. My wife and I took a staycation over a month ago already. It wasn't a lot of fun. Wasn't very relaxing, so wanted a day to myself. And then I realized next week they kind of changed the school schedule. My daughter's off of school like all next week, so I can't even go into the office next week, which isn't that big of a deal. Rather be home anyway. So one of the things that we're gonna actually have to combat here in this run is one of the very viable strategies, especially in DS1, is like roll charging or roll buffering, whatever. Roll buffing, I guess, would be the where you like store the roll, so it can kind of screw you up, and then you can end up accidentally rolling a lot, which is really annoying. Zach Kreger do Dark Souls streams? Is that the... Isn't there like an A24 Elden Ring movie or something coming out soon? Is he making that? So as far as build goes, like I said, we're gonna want to up our vitality. We're gonna want to quickly get to the point where we could use certain weapons early on. I think we're gonna go as Y-hander, which means I do have to build up a little bit of strength and whatnot, and some dex too, I think, in order to one-hand it. Eventually, we're gonna want to go for like Havel's armor. I want to get like the wolf ring to get my poise up. In DS1, poise is insane. Like, if you get yourself to a certain point in this game with like armor and stats and weaponry, you could legitimately face tank almost everything. It's actually kind of fucked up. Now, certain bosses like the Four Kings, for example, I think on my first ever playthrough, I face tanked them for the most part, but then once you start going into the New Game Plus cycles, you can't do as much DPS. They do more damage on you, so you simply can't just stand in front of all the all the bosses. Some of them will be very interesting, though. You know, I've beaten the game probably like 50, 60 times. I've beaten Soul Level 1 a bajillion times. I've done all bosses, no hit, segmented, you know, miracles only, pyromancy only, sorcery only, whatever the fuck. I've done like a million runs. But this will be interesting. This will be interesting for sure. Alright, see, I almost freaking dodged there, man. There we go. First one down. Alex Garland, okay. I kind of had a feeling that the name wasn't correct off the top of my head. Alright, first boss down. Not too bad, obviously just tutorial boss, so. But yeah, another thing I have to worry about too, about accidentally rolling, is when I'm like sprinting and stuff. It's just, I'm telling you, man, between the roll, buffing, whatever the fuck, and just accidentally pressing things, it's it could be a nightmare. It can be. Yeah, I actually I got into Dark Souls in 2016 on a whim. I was in like a really weird transitionary period of my life, and I was looking for something new, and I completely fell in love with the FromSoft games. And then shortly thereafter, like, you know, after my first journey, I discovered Lobos Jr. on Twitch, and that was kind of like my go-to content creator for a long time. I don't really watch anybody anymore, though. All right, yeah, so I think we're gonna go do... We're gonna go grab some items, and then we're probably gonna go do like the semi-suicide run through the graveyard to get this Y-hander. Yeah, we're definitely gonna go as Y. Havel's armor is like our end goal, but we can't get that until Anor Londo. I can get the Darkroot, like, Guardian armor. I can't remember what it's called exactly. Relatively early? I do need the Crest of Artorias to get through, though, and that's 20,000 souls. You can go the back way, but with the Hydra this early on and no rolling, I don't know how that's going to go. So probably not going to tackle that. And, you know, obviously, guys, I've done so many Soul Level 1 runs, it's weird to actually think about leveling up. But that's a thing that we're going to do. There is a pretty good farming spot in the Darkroot where you can kill all the forest people really easily. Over and over and over. Don't know how hardcore I'm going to go with that, though. I don't need, like... I don't need 50 vitality to do this run. Especially if I'm going to be juiced up with the armor and all that. I don't really want any of this armor on right now, I don't think. Yeah, definitely something a little bit different. You know, obviously FromSoft is rooted in my online presence, if you will. Hey, what's up, Ryan? So we'll see how this goes. First stream's gonna be a little slow for sure. Now I gotta remember where this Y-hander is. I can't remember if it's this one or the one a little bit further. Alright. I also might rush... I think it's over here. This is it, right? Yeah. I also might rush down to the New Londo ruins. Didn't need that whatsoever. That was to be expected. Hey, we got ours Y though. Yeah, there's actually a bunch of decent weapons that I don't normally think of that would be good for this run, but we're just gonna go like straight fucking poise tank. That's what we're gonna do. I do want to grab my souls. It's gonna be precious here early on. Grab this Y, get ganked, exactly. Hold on a second. I'm having a brain fart. Isn't there... Oh, I might be thinking of up here. I used to play Dark Souls literally multiple times a year, every year. I think the last time that I actually played it was when I was doing those chill runs well over a year ago on live stream. Otherwise... Oh no, you know what it was? It must have been that bow only run I did last year. Soul level 4. Bow only. That was actually a lot of fun. Those are the things I'm talking about, where I'm always looking for interesting ways to play once you've kind of exhausted everything, right? That definitely made me think about the game in a different way, and certain bosses that I thought would be like really difficult weren't, and ones that I didn't think would be difficult ended up being like crazy difficult, which is funny. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get out of here, by the way. Alright, we made it. Is it normal to eat something and watch how that thing is made on your phone while you're eating it? If you're bored enough, I suppose, right? Alright, do we have enough to two-hand you? We do not. Yeah, I think we definitely need some more goods. Okay, so trying to think here. I already did that. Yeah, let's go down to New Londo. We can grab a couple souls, too. I'm also tempted to go get the Grass Crest shield. It's ultimately not going to be the best shield for this run, but it still has some use, especially early game. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that. I don't necessarily know if I need that. So this will also be interesting too, kind of routing on the fly. You're bored enough? I say go for it then. Yeah, definitely. I also alluded to it on my Discord, but it's been very, very windy here today. In fact, right before the stream, there was a massive, like, wind gust and a bunch of shit was falling all over my house, so hopefully the stream survives. But we'll see. And honestly, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get the Grass Crest shield or not, because it doesn't have... I don't think it has like 100 physical... Like, we're looking for a stout physical shield. I want to say the Grass Crest shield has 95. We'll obviously want a better shield than the Spider Shield. The Spider Shield's not that bad, though. At least for the early game. Also, another thing, too, I gotta be careful, like, getting in and out of menus and stuff can be very treacherous with accidental rolls. Bit windy there? Yeah, it was super windy here today. But yeah, I also fully recognize too that there's only a certain subsect of my channel followers that actually care about the FromSoft stuff, at least the newer stuff. Oh! I say this as if it's a new game. It's obviously not. Hey, Vintage, welcome. What's up, Jimmy? Horsey. Horace, thank you again for the other night for the 10 gift subs as my world was falling apart around me. But yeah, no, so in this game, Vintage, I don't know how familiar you are with Dark Souls. There's a thing called, like, hollowing, and right now, my character's, like, to put it bluntly, he's basically, like, dead. If you use these humanities, you can reverse your hollowing at the bonfires, and you turn into like basically like a normal looking human form. There you could like do summoning, you could do like PvP and invasions and stuff like that. That's like the main gist behind that mechanic. So we are going to be mostly like this for the entire run, looking like a piece of beef jerky. Come on. There we go. Yeah, it was actually sleeting here a little bit today, which was pretty crazy. All right, so we're gonna upgrade our Estus Flask. It's funny too. I don't know how to like approach it, because like, you know, if you have like a person that predominantly streams these games, you know, 95+% of the audience is gonna know everything inside and out, but I know a lot of you guys aren't gonna know everything, so I guess I'll kind of yap a little bit more than usual about certain things. So we went down there to get a Firekeeper Soul to upgrade our Estus Flask to +1, which will allow us to heal more. I typically do that at the beginning of most runs, even my challenge runs. At this point, I'm just kind of looking to advance and, you know, get some more souls, level up. So I think we're just going to push forward towards the Undead Burg. Just do like the quote-unquote normal route. Yeah, we were just talking about that vintage. I'm like, oh yeah, the newer stuff. This game's like old as shit at this point. Even the remastered version's like 7 or 8 years old already. Live action, yeah. So I still don't know this game completely in and out. There was a time when I knew it a little bit better because I was legitimately playing it all the time. But I do have a pretty good knowledge of this game still. It's like the one where, you know, if somebody was like, hey, what's the one game you know? If you needed to know this, know that, play this, play that. If your life depended on it, it would definitely be this one. You'll see, we're going to do this run for all the Souls games. Probably even Demon Souls. But you'll see as I go through, like DS3, I don't know as well. Thankfully for me, it's a very linear game. If there is one that is kind of a good idea to know it inside and out, it's this one, because it's the only... It's really the only Metroidvania, I say that loosely, style game, because Demon Souls is very, like, point A to point B, you know, old school style, linear. Same goes with DS3. DS2's, like... it's not really like this, but it's a little bit more open than DS3, I'd say. Shining Force 7 looks good, yeah. Yeah, I was actually going to comment on that, Mr. B. I was in the middle of yapping, and I was like, damn, I'm pretty sure you don't get that. You know, I was actually, speaking of that... I'm gonna kill myself! You watch, I end up getting the Baldur swag sword on this run. I think I got it once. My entire, like, soulsing, if you will. No rolls at all, of course. If I roll, which I will absolutely roll by accident a few times at the very least. I have to kill my character. And I lose my souls, basically. We're not going to do anything crazy like I got to restart the whole fucking game or something like that. Because there will be plenty of accidental rolling. But, yeah, much like with Shining Force 3, after we finish this, I'm not going to roll right into Dark Souls 2, same run, but we will get to it probably sometime in the new year. Like I said, guys, just always looking for new ways to play, you know? Would also be fun to do some like randomizer runs and stuff too. One of the things that's more conducive to streaming for me with these types of games is the fact that recording, they are absolute hard drive space hogs, these games. So it's quite difficult for me to actually do like full-fledged runs. Because, you know, I record in pretty high quality and shit, so... It's difficult, it's easier to stream. Just put it all on YouTube, right? Dark Souls on the Switch is so much better. So the one thing I will say about that, though, and I think I did say it on stream before, is it actually uses, from my memory here, the Prepare to Die edition, which is technically like the best way. As long as you have DS fix where you run it at 60 FPS on the computer, I feel like the graphics and lighting and stuff are cooler on that version. But with that said, being on the Switch, being at 30 FPS, I don't like the control layout, all that kind of thing. Oh, what's up, Alex? Welcome. So, yeah, I think I remember you telling me that you're a huge Elden Ring fan, but you haven't played the Souls games, really? I mean, that's not too surprising, I guess, because Elden Ring was their first, like, really fucking big commercial success. Which I'm happy. I really like Elden Ring, don't get me wrong. But I find myself going back to play these games more. But I will say this, my first ever playthrough of Elden Ring was probably my first ever... my favorite first ever playthrough that I've ever done. I had such a good time. That shit consumed me. I told you guys, I don't really, like, play games for that long. Like, the longest game session I'll typically have is probably gonna be, like, 3 hours. Man, I could not put Elden Ring down. It was insane. Yep, we definitely did, Ryan. By the way, Ryan, I know you're, you know, sounds like I'm gonna be speaking about you as if you've passed on. I know you're in a better place now, but I certainly miss you at work. I will say that. Alright. But... yeah, we've, you know, if you've been around the channel and been around my few Souls streams that I did, you'll know, like, my general thoughts on the series, if you will. Well, not the series, but modern FromSoftware. DS1 is by far my favorite. I absolutely adore this game. There are some problems with the second half of the game. I feel like they're a little bit overblown by some people online. I think this is the best one that they've ever done. That's just my opinion. Then I would, as far as Dark Souls goes, I actually like DS2 more than DS3. DS3, it's odd because a lot of people play these games because of the bosses, right? And DS3, I feel like, probably has the better bosses. But the actual game itself, I prefer the levels and designs of DS1 and DS2. Demon Souls is my least favorite. Bloodborne I don't play enough, but I would probably slot Bloodborne about equal maybe with DS3, maybe a little bit better than it. Sekiro is a bit of an oddball because it's not really like a Souls-like. So I'd probably go Demon Souls, Sekiro, DS3, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, DS2, DS1. I'm a DS2 truther. So. Yeah, I send LeBron memes to my buddy Alpha's back, who pops in once in a while. It's not the same though. Sorry, Alf. Bits and giggles. Jeez. Yeah, Sekiro is a great game. I do really like it. I actually replayed it a little bit a few years ago, but I don't go back to it very often. I did it, my last playthrough of it was a challenge run. But one of the reasons why I don't go back too often is because it's not, it's a great game, but it's not like an RPG, you know what I mean? Like there's no... Yeah, I know that they added some like skins and like boss rush mode and stuff after the fact, but not having any like true build variety. Because I mean like even the skill trees and stuff, you kind of end up doing the same crap, you know it's overpowered. Whatever. Sadie left the Discord. Yeah, DS3 is definitely a good entry point. Very beginner friendly in terms of like it's a very linear game. It's got good mechanics, so on and so forth. This one, I will fully admit, DS1 is a little bit of a rough. And this was my first Souls game, by the way. This one could be a little rough as your entry point. Members only section for the true thoughts on Alf. Do I really need anything from you? I mean, I kind of want the repair box. Normally I'd probably kill you for your Uchi, but think I'm alright.
Hey, what?
Yeah. Alright, let's start popping some souls, because we are right by the first bonfire. But yeah, there is no game, I will say without a shadow of a doubt, that Dark Souls 1 is my favorite game. I don't think anything will ever top it. It hooked me. I hated it the first time I played it because I didn't understand the mechanics, and, you know, I was being a moron gamer just rushing through and mashing buttons. But yeah, I can't get enough of this game. It's just, whenever I go back to it, it feels like home. It is definitely my favorite game. Even as a, you know, a huge retro gamer who, you know, my favorite consoles, SNES, all that kind of shit. DS1, that's my baby. You know, good. I don't really know if the repair box is that necessary right now. You think I'll get it? So when I did my, like, sort of test run, you know, 4 or 5 weeks ago, I did not get any good drops from any of the Black Knights. So, we'll see. We shall see. Alright, let's start leveling up a little bit here. So yeah, I actually did do one. Back on my Twitch days, my early Twitch days, pre-pandemic Twitch, I actually did a Dark Souls 1 randomizer on stream. And that was a lot of fun. At the time, it was just item randomizer. I don't think the enemy randomizer was out yet, but yeah, it all comes down to the same stuff as usual, Scott. It's like, it's all about time, you know what I mean? Like, I'm balancing like 2-3 projects at the same time all the time. It's tough. If I was a full-time, like, YouTuber and streamer, I would absolutely, like, be diving hard into the modded runs and hacks and all that kind of stuff. There's a couple really cool, like, complete overhaul mods of the Souls games and Elden Ring. There's a few that I really want to play, but it's like, it scares me. It's like, shit. If it's a complete revamp of Elden Ring, like convergence and all that kind of stuff, you know, I'm looking at, if I take my time, like a 60, 70 hour playthrough. So, can be rough. Don't remember exactly what I need, so we'll start farting around here. As long as I can... Alright, so I could two-hand you. I feel like I need like 1 or 2 more decks. 2410? Maybe I just need more strength. Yeah, I guess I might be good, right? Are we good yet? Eh, not yet. But I can two-hand it, so there's that. Oops. Not gonna lie, I had a brain fart there. Yep, I did not get, I went to the halberd dude and I went to the greatsword and did not get any. And that attack right there is why we're going to be doing... This is why. Well, thank you, Centaurus. How you doing? Were you shiting yourself today with Jameis Winston? It's funny, Alpha and I were texting each other before the Niners game, and I literally... I called your game to a T. I'm like, so on this drive, the Packers are absolutely going to score a touchdown, and then Jameis is going to throw a game-ending interception. And that's what happened. Oh, hell yeah. So this is, arguably the best sword in the game, especially because you can get it so early. This was what carried me on my first playthrough for sure. And it's funny, like, using it nowadays, because I'm just, like... I don't use it usually. Should have FaceTimed you instead? I'm sorry. Yeah, the Niners won today, but I'm not particularly thrilled. I mean, number one, the Cardinals suck. Number two, the Niners defense is really fucking bad. Like, really bad. I think Jacoby Brissett set an NFL record today with the most completions in a single game with 47. Yeah, Niners defense is bottom 5. Too many injuries, too many young players. They are going to be not good. If the Niners fluke their way into the playoffs this year, they're going to have to score like damn near 30 points a game. Pretty fucked up. But, you know what? A win's a win, so I'll take it for now, right? Trying to enjoy the season as much as I can. They have a somewhat favorable schedule coming up, so it's very possible that they could have 9 or 10 wins by the end of this little stretch here, but... Alpha's a fake Niners fan? No, the Niners are not sick. They are definitely not sick. I will say that right now. They have a good offense. They're finally starting to get healthy on offense, but their defense is fucking bad. Really bad. Hey, like I said, Ryan, the offense is not... It's pretty good. You know, Purdy's back, Pearsall's back, Jennings has been getting healthier. You know, Robinson, CMC's been healthy all year. Kittle finally came back a few weeks ago. The offensive line finally got healthy. The offense is pretty good. The offense is like playoff caliber, for sure. The defense, though, without Bosa, without Warner, without Michael Williams, even with them, it probably would have been middling. Without them, they are bottom 5, easy. Like I said, Jacoby Brissett set an NFL record today against them. That says it all, does it not? The only team that they looked competent against lately was the Giants, defensively. Warner is a Rough Rider. Saskatchewan Rough Rider? The good old Bills method? Yeah. Bend but don't break? Oh my god, dude, they... Today, I think, I'm not even kidding, today was their first multi-turnover game, I think, since sometime last year. They got an intercept. They got 2 interceptions and a fumble. That shit was wild. If they didn't get those, we probably would have won like 45 to 38 or some shit. Giants are the real deal, yeah. Alright, so... kind of annoying. I want to parry this. So, hey, I'm happy I didn't roll yet, so that's good. Come on, bro. Guy's an asshole. Who with the shield bash? Oh my god, terrible.
Kiss my
There you go.
ass.
Giants are no joke. Yeah, I think today was, you know, Dable just got fired. They're gonna be trash. They were playing a little energy today. All right, we getting a drop here, boys? Oh, hey, we got a shield. We got the Black Knight shield. That's pretty good for this run. 100 fizz. Better against lightning, really good against fire, more stable. Obviously it's heavier, but that doesn't really matter. So hey, at least I got a shield. Could be worse, right? I think Pocono Mountain could probably put a 20 spot up on the Niners defense too, actually. Also, yes, I'm playing this like slower than usual. I'm legitimately actually trying to be like more deliberate, so I'm not gonna roll. And like I said, I'm trying not to jump either. Normally I would jump through that because you get iframes, but they could run against the Bills, yeah. Damn. They did not step up for Lavi, huh? In his absence. Or excuse me, that was... I thought you said firing. My bad. Who did they... Wait, who was the coach before Laviolette? I can't even remember anymore. Was it Stevens? Yeah, it was Stevens, right?
And Mark Henry is handling the Big Johnson.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Barely remember that guy. He looked like a creative coach. Alright, first actual boss here. I'm actually probably gonna throw armor on. I don't want to, like, fat roll, though. That's the problem. Oh, well, not like it matters. We're not rolling, right? So never mind. I retract that statement. Alright. Alright, we'll try this first. We could always, cheese around, too, with, fire bombs if need be. We need to save the other, resins as well for... Oh, you dick, dude. Black Knight, shield, baby. Alright, not too bad. I have not, actually. I've seen that done, but I have not done it myself. Alright, so far no rolls. Again, definitely going a lot slower, more deliberate than I normally would be, but... just trying real hard not to roll, guys. You know what I'm saying? Can I survive? I don't know if I could survive this. But at the same time, I don't want my armor on. I don't know, we'll see.
The way I is pleased.
So on my first ever playthrough, I accidentally killed Solaire. I put my controller down and R2 hit off the bed, and I'm pretty sure I two-handed Zweihander him. And yeah, I had to put him down after that. It was very unfortunate. Game of the Year picks? I don't even know if I've really played anything this year, to be honest with you. I'm trying to think. Did I play anything this year that was actually new? Because what, Shadow of the Erdtree was last year already, right? I played a little bit of Silent Hill 2, but was that also technically last year? I think it was. FreakSWAT gifted it to me, because he's a beautiful human being, but I still have not actually finished it. Alright, we survived. Good, good, good. Yeah, Expedition 33 is one that I absolutely want to play in the future. Call of Duty will win. I did not care for Night Rain. I think Night Rain might have been the only, like, new game that I played this year. But ultimately, it doesn't jive with me because I'm not an online type of guy. And yes, I know that you could play it solo, and they did, like, you know, the patches for that and whatnot, but I don't know. Just didn't do it for me. I kind of just got over it really quick. Which is unfortunate. And then, of course, they just announced the DLC, which is coming out in, like, a month, but... or 2 months? Month? I think December. But I'm just not in the mood, guys. I hate to say it. I want them to release a, you know, one of these types of games again. But who knows when that'll be, because I think the next one that's coming out is that one on the Switch, which I also, or Switch 2, which I also have no desire to play. unfortunately. All right, so let's continue on. But yeah, I heard really good things about Expedition 33, so I'll definitely play that sometime in the future. All right, let's get some free souls, shall we? I don't think you killed everybody. Did you? Oh, I guess he did. For some reason, I thought you got more. Run! Oh shit, I'm dead. Motherfucker. Get me out of here! Alright. Alright, we're going to at least unlock the shortcut back to the Firelink. Don't think I want to take on the Gargoyles yet. I certainly can. I just don't know if that's what I want to do. Like I said, guys, I'm trying not to jump at all, but we'll see. Alright, well, we made it through there, so that's good. Let's de-aggro everybody, shall we? Yeah, the Boar's Helm. I don't know if I'm gonna really bother at the moment. We'll see. We'll see. I do like throwing the whatchamacall. That item. Alluring Skull. We could always come back. Yeah, I feel like if I probably played like the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 2D HD remake, that might be my game of the year. Just because I like those games so much. Yeah, Gargoyle Helm's a little bit better than the Boar Helm for sure. Yeah, we will get to it eventually, Alex. We will. Just knowing me how I am, it's not going to be for a while. I would definitely get to a lot more, like, newer games more consistently, if it wasn't for the channel. I'm not saying that as if, like, you know, the channel's clearly not detrimental or anything. It's just, you know, it eats up, like, all my gaming time. So, unless I can kind of... Ooh, hey. Spin it for the channel somehow. It doesn't get done as frequent. Boom. Oh, we got the jumping. Jumping attacks are allowed as well, by the way. Fun to play people. Oh yeah, I've heard about that. Is it good? Is like the netcode good and stuff? We've talked about it before. I'm definitely more of a Street Fighter guy than I am a Mortal Kombat guy, but I still have love for MK. Oh my goodness, we're about to get murked by the Spear Hollow here. Yeah, I also am kind of like the same way. There's a lot of games where I'm like, I want it, but I also don't feel like, you know, I don't want to spend the money on it right away. You're a Street Fighter guy too? Yeah, I'm definitely like way more into Street Fighter than any other fighting game. I'm pretty good at Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo actually. I just don't play it often. But I used to like live online for that one. Good times. Also, I don't know why I thought that was the heater shield. My bad. I do not need to go over there. PS1 had more lag. Yeah, I got one of the anniversary collections on Steam for Street Fighter years ago, and the netcode kind of sucked, but I also think I was playing, like, legitimately a lot of guys from Japan and stuff, so... kind of happens, I suppose. Alright, we definitely need to start pumping, some of our souls into vitality and endurance as well. We're feeling it over here. Alright, let's get the shortcut, and then we'll come back and clear these guys out, because I could easily kill him, but I don't want to get hit by the sorcerer. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight. I appreciate it. Like I said, I know, you know, a lot of the quote-unquote regulars. Did I get the soul up here? I did. A lot of the regulars typically aren't the FromSofty guys, so for those that are here, and even if you're lurking, very much appreciated. Yeah, I'm like super stoked for my day off tomorrow. I just hope everything goes smoothly. I really want to dive into Shadow Tower. I have a feeling I will love it. Alright. See if we can get a little bit of something. I do want to get the Wolf Ring, which if we're being honest, I think Wolf Ring... I'm either going to end up dying getting the Wolf Ring, or I will have to jump off the ledge. I'm not... This isn't a strict no jump run. So, I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. Yeah, leveling up would have been good there, right? If I can. Honestly, I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job so far. I haven't rolled once. I thought for sure I would have accidentally rolled a few times already. I might have to take a quick break, by the way, guys. Gonna give it a couple minutes, but we'll see. Told you guys I have the issue with the upstairs bathroom with my toilet, where if you don't do some weird shit after you flush it, the water just continuously like fills. It's really noisy and I can hear it. If it doesn't shut off in the next few minutes, that means that the family forgot to do what they need to do. Can't tell. We'll see. Oh, they might have. I think we're good. Fuck you, bro. Yeah, I actually thought about picking some stuff up. Oh damn, a great axe drop. I thought about picking up a few things during the winter sale, but I've been really cognizant of trying to be frugal with certain things. Like the games that are kind of like on my radar would be like Expedition 33 and the Dragon Quest remakes, but I'm like, if I'm not gonna get to it anytime soon, then I should probably wait, right? Hey, no problem, Alex. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. Have a good night. Hopefully your work week isn't too bad. Well, what'd you get though, horse? That's the question. Yeah, I was gonna pick that up, but I've been trying to be more frugal and mindful of things, and I ended up passing. There's a few games that I passed on recently just because it doesn't need to sit there, you know? I mean, you guys have seen my shelves. Technically, lots of games have just been sitting there. Ooh, this could be bad. Yeah. Fried chicken? Hey. Could be worse. I might get killed if I'm not careful. These guys are no joke when they're buffed, by the way. Oh, that reminds me, if you're on my Discord, you probably saw, I actually purchased... I thought it was going to be fun, something for the channel, something for like a fun stream, especially around Thanksgiving. I purchased the Atari 7800 Plus off eBay, which plays 7800 and 2600 games. Obviously, it's an HD console, has a wireless controller, comes with a new Atari 7800 game. It's pretty cool. They actually make like Atari games still, which is also pretty cool. Anyway, person sent me the wrong stuff. And then, you know, it's been a fiasco. They were supposed to send me a return label like 4 days ago. They haven't, so now I have to wait until eBay steps in on like Wednesday and just outright refunds me, and I'm stuck with shampoo instead of the Atari. Frustrating. Frustrating. I could just tell by my dialogue with the seller that they had like no actual intention on giving me a return label, doing anything really. So, bit of a bummer. Yeah, the toilet stuff is really old. I think like the innards just need to get replaced at this point. Like one of those things. Yeah, exactly, right? Like of all people, I don't need it. They actually had shampoo like in their web store too, so it's not like some random thing. But, yeah, nevertheless. I do have hair. I actually cut my hair this morning. It was getting pretty long, but, you know, the hair is definitely thinning these days, and I don't feel like growing it out to the point where I actually need to go get a haircut. So. Yeah, Alex was asking about the game of the year before he left. I could try the Gargoyles, but I actually think I want to upgrade my Zweihander a little bit before I do that. So I think that'll be the plan. Go kill some more people too. I don't think I've ever heard of that, Ryan. What is that? Bitch. Boom. Boom. You gotta say boom, by the way, otherwise it doesn't work. Oh yeah, I forgot they drop tit shards. Oh, that sounds interesting. That reminds me, I bought a game for my wife on Steam for Christmas last year. It was like those types of vibes. I can't remember what it's called at the moment though. But in classic fashion, neither of us have played it because we don't have time or energy. I am very interested in the Steam machine, but again, going in line with, you know, not buying games all the time, I'm definitely going to wait for it to be out for a little while. I'm definitely going to wait for it to be at the point where, you know, there's going to be sales and things like that, but I will absolutely get a Steam machine. Just a matter of when. Yeah, those types of games can be very addicting, for sure. Trying to think. I should probably... I don't want to take on the Moonlight Butterfly yet. I think I should definitely level up. I also want to kill Lautrec. I want to get the Fap Ring I'll at least wear that for a while. And then I'll boost my Firekeeper Soul too when we get back there. Yeah, definitely, games have to have a strong solo. Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have used those souls. Because I just remembered that, I can't even really upgrade anything right now because I don't have enough souls. Alright, guess we're gonna go... Where should I go? Oh! There we go, guys. There's my first accidental roll. I told you it would happen. Alright. I gotta equip the dark sign. So let me update the roll counter on the fly there. I know it's a little ghetto, but what are you gonna do? There it is. There's the first roll. Where's the dark sign? Too many ways to play. Yeah, like for a while. Oh shit. For a while I was playing everything on the Mr. FPGA. I haven't played that in a while. I've been doing everything off of real hardware, but obviously my retro achievement runs have been on emulator. I'm gonna count them all the time, Mr. B, but I do very much appreciate you looking out for me there. I don't even... See, that's what I was talking about. I don't even know how the fuck I rolled there, to be honest with you. I really don't. That must have been one of those roll buffer things I was talking about, where I must have had it stored, so to speak, and then it just happened. $2.29 on lunch for 2 weeks? Just eat ham and cheese. Yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit more frugal this week. I typically actually don't eat out that much. Once or twice a week at the most. Last week I think was only once, but it was expensive because the entire household wanted ramen. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna go get the... At this point, I'm definitely gonna get the wolf ring, because, like, why not? I already died. Menu clicks, yeah, it's fucking bullshit. I'm actually kind of annoyed at that because I was doing so well so far. There's my wolf ring that I need to go get. Yeah, I do recommend though, if you guys are like, you know, don't necessarily care about emulation even though it's FPGA or whatever. Mr. FPGA's really good. I just haven't been using it much lately because I got the Retro Tink. Yeah, I also have a problem too, which you guys know. I like replaying a lot of the same games, like games that I find myself attached to. It's hard to get through. I have been doing a better job though lately. I really have. And if I have been revisiting games, it's been with more of a purpose, so to speak. You know, various challenge runs and content for the channel. But I have been doing a better job of not just replay. Like, for example, Breath of Fire 1, I haven't just been, you know... we played Breath of Fire 3 earlier in the year. I didn't go back and force myself to play 1 and 2 beforehand. And at least when we were working our way through the Shining series, the Shining Force 1 and 2 runs were technically challenge runs. You catch my drift. Yes. Let's go get the wolf ring. Don't know if I need anything else here. I mean, the knight armor set's over here, actually. So maybe? Maybe I can't. Well, first I want to kill this before we start messing around over there. Because once the Guardian dudes come to life, they unfortunately have miracles, and one of them can slow you, and it's really fucking frustrating. I think this is the knight set. Right? Yeah, Elite Knight, excuse me. Even better. So that might be my early game stuff here until I get the Havels. We'll see. It's actually save quit. I mean, I had a lot of fun, you know, playing through. We did we did the randomizer, right? Join order randomizer for 1. Then we did super difficulty for 2, which was my first time. And then after I finished 1 and while I was doing 2, I did the permadeath run offline for my channel for like the long play format. So that was also fun. And then obviously most recently Shining Force 3. And yes, you know, I've announced it numerous times. I am not giving up on Shining Force 3, just taking a little break. Once we finish up Shadow Tower and this run, I will be going back to Shining Force 3 Scenario 2. Just wanted to cleanse my palate a little bit here. Yeah, that enemy is so strange, Mr. B. Very much appreciated. I love all the oddball enemies like in this area, like the trees and stuff. And the like the stingray dudes. They're interesting too. And they drop green blossoms sometimes, which is interesting. There it is. Green blossoms. Oh yeah, for sure. And like I said, I was getting a little bit burnt out from Shining Force. I just needed like a little reprieve from strategy RPGs. But I will be back with a vengeance. All right, let's go grab this wolf ring. And I think I'm going to be an asshole and I am going to jump, but we aren't going to roll. Okay? But we will jump. Because the easiest way to get out of here is to just jump. Whee! So we rolled, but I'm not counting that because that's called physics, okay? So there you go. I allowed myself to jump there, okay? Not counting that one. That is a physics roll. Boom. We have to upgrade ours Y. So let's go get the Firekeeper Soul upgrade. Let's kill Lautrec and get the Fap Ring. Let's upgrade this Y. And then I think we'll try the Gargoyles. How about that? And then after that, I should be in a good enough spot where I could realistically... Oh my god, I might fall off the ledge. Should be able to take on the Moonlight Butterfly with my armor. And my vitality at that point. I guess I could also kill Havel for Havel's ring. But if I wear the Fap ring, I can't take that off without it breaking. Alright, one thing at a time. Getting ahead of myself here. Gotta get around this bozo. I will kill him eventually, but not right now. Alright, we are definitely going all in on this Y-hander, by the way. There's... I'm not going to use anything else. Okay. I could probably... All right. Good enough for now. All right, let's go back and upgrade our flask. We'll grab the FAP ring. I don't need this anymore. And I might kill... See, the thing that sucks though is if I get the FAP ring, I can't take it off. I do want the wolf ring on for the poi since we're gonna be face tanking. But part of me would want the Havel's ring on too, just so I'm like... We're not rolling, right? But you could see how slow I'm moving now because my stamina is not high enough. Yeah, my wife's unfortunately in a bunch of like very hit or miss D&D campaigns anymore. She used to be very... All the ones that she was in were, you know, on the ball, weekly. There was like 2 or 3 of them at once, I remember. They're very infrequent now. Like, she was actually supposed to play tonight, but somebody canceled, which for that campaign is like the norm anymore. It was definitely popping off a little bit more like around, like right before, during, and right after COVID. You know, I think obviously people were inside more and shit, so... I myself never really got into it. I tried to play. I mean, I love RPGs, you know, I like doing like voiceover work and all those things, but as far as actual D&D goes, it just doesn't jive with me. Oopsies. Yay. No! God damn it. See ya. I mean, I guess at this point too, I could dump like all my leveling into vitality and endurance, so I don't necessarily need to take the fat. I think I'm just gonna throw it on for now. Fine. All right. Let's go. I might try to go kill Havel. Because as long as I don't roll, I might be able to get a decent amount of souls from that, and I could probably get my Zweihander up to +4 or +5 before the Gargoyles, which will make things a lot easier for me. As long as I get my spacing down in that fight, it, you know, especially with pine resin, it'll only take a couple hits. But yeah, thanks again for hanging out, guys. As far as content goes on the channel, last week for non-members, I released all my Final Fantasy Retro Achievement stuff. Sometime this week, the Dragon Warrior 2, probably like Thursday or Friday, all Retro Achievements run will be released to non-members. Obviously, if you're a member, you already have access to all this shit, and you have had access for a while. And then probably the week after, I'll release my NHL 94 one. Like I said, I'm currently in the middle of all Retro Achievements for Final Fantasy 2. You know, we're working on this. And tomorrow I start my Let's Play of Shadow Tower, which will be a lot of fun. Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of that stuff, man. It's just people's schedules always end up sucking, and things were a lot easier, you know what I mean, like during COVID, for example, when a lot of people were like literally off work. You know, the older you get to, a lot of the people involved in the D&D campaigns have like families and shit, so it's tough. 105, oh my god, I don't even want to know how many unplayed games I have. Seriously. It's brutal. Twinkling Tits. I think we'll kill the Black Knight down here. We'll get the Grass Crest Shield, because why not? And maybe he'll drop the Halberd, which could be interesting. I have not played any of the Warhammer games. I think I have a couple, but they were free. I never like went out of my way to buy them. You know what I mean? I thought he was dead after that, man. Ah, there you go, Mr. B. If you're still here, I didn't get any drops, man. No drops. Just bullshit drop. You know what? Honestly, though, I'm kind of happy with the Black Knight shield. Could be worse. Yeah, so the Grass Crest shield, unfortunately, is 95 physical. It's better with magic. Not as good with the other things. Not as stable. But if you know, you know. It helps with your stamina recovery. So it's usually my go-to, but I guess not for this run. Not for this run. That was funny too. Speaking of those drops, for those that are familiar with like the Dark Souls speedrunning history, for the longest time, speedruns revolved around that that Black Knight dropping a halberd. Things have changed since then, though. That's old school shit. Survivor games. Is it like, are we talking like survival, meaning like you have to make food and that kind of shit, or are you talking about like Vampire Survivors? You know what? Yeah, if you want to spit, feel free. Or not, whatever. Of course, the one time I want the Hydra to be like super aggro, it's not doing anything. Fun. Like Vampire Survivors, nice. I have not dove too deep into those types of games, but I could also see myself getting incredibly addicted. The only like game that's even in that stratosphere that I got super addicted to was Dead Cells. Winter of 2019 into early 2020. That's all I did was just play Dead Cells nonstop. Oh! Okay, Jesus. What an asshole. He was like ready to go, huh? We shall kill you and take your ring. Don't know if I'm actually going to like use it, but yeah, I have not played like any of the massive updates. I think I played through the first 2 DLCs, but like I have not played any of the Castlevania stuff. Oh, we're dead. I haven't played any of the Castlevania stuff. And when I played, I beat up to 4 boss cells. But 5 boss cells was like slapping my shit around. And then I kind of was just like over it at that point. Yeah, I've also heard about Megabonk. I've not played it either. I have not played any of the Lego games as well, surprisingly. Alright, so we got Havel's ring. When we get to the point where, you know, I have a shit ton of vitality and endurance, I'll probably take the fat ring off. But that time is not now. Also, you can probably hear my throat's getting really dry and scratchy, so I need to take a break, get a drink. Too much yapping. Oh yeah, I unlocked that already. Alright. Basically dying on stream right now. Okay. Hey, looks like we'll be able to get to +5 actually, right? More. Nice. All right.
Oi.
Oi. So, I actually might take the wolf ring off for now and go elite. We are fat rolling right now, that's for sure. What if I put Havel on? Are we moving a little quicker? Yeah, we're moving a little bit quicker. I feel like my poise is probably pretty good, right? 46. I mean, could be better. What is my poise with the wolf ring on? 86. Goddamn, maybe we'll just go straight fatty on this one. Who knows? Alright, I'm gonna take the dark sign off for now. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to kill the gargoyles. Ideally, I'd like to probably have like a couple more levels in health and stamina, but I think we're alright. So I'm gonna try to get to the point where we're up at the boss fog gate, and I'm gonna take my break, go to the bathroom, grab some drinks, and then we'll probably play till about like 10:30 tonight. Backstep spin. Yeah, you know, that's one thing I never really do, right? I never even think about the backstep in this game. Boom. That's funny. Yeah, KOTOR is another series I never really got into. In my defense, though, I'm not like a big Star Wars guy. I liked Star Wars a lot when I was a kid, but the older I got, the less I cared about it. Oh, that poise, baby. That poise. Ooh, that stamina regen's a little rough, though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little torn. I don't know what to do here. I don't know, like, do we go Wolf Ring or do we go Havel's Ring? Because it's like, yes, I could probably poise through everything the gargoyles do to me, but if I run out of stamina, then I can't even, like, fucking move. I don't know. One thing I gotta remember, this is like a fight where I'm usually running around a lot and doing weird crap. I cannot roll. I cannot roll. Alright, I will think this over while I go to the bathroom. And we'll be back here in a jiff. I'll be back in like 3 minutes. All right, we're back. Yeah, so I think like I'll do a hard cutoff of like 10:30 tonight. My goal is to hopefully kill the gargoyles, probably like the Moonlight Butterfly. Maybe we'll do Quelaag, I'm not quite sure. We'll see. But for now, let's try to focus on this, I suppose. Also take this off. You know, I think I'm gonna go Havel's Ring. I just want to be able to move and have my stamina regen a little bit quicker. I think we'll be okay. Alright. So it won't be impossible even if we run out of resin, but it'll make things a lot easier. Fucking asshole. Okay. So far, so good. Being extra careful, by the way. Because I told you guys when I did like my my test run offline, simply running to the side, I ended up accidentally rolling twice, which is brutal. Overall, though, not too bad. Again, was being really cautious there. Probably could have been a little bit cleaner, but whatever. Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, I haven't played, honestly, like, any Star Wars games, like, other than, when I was a kid, I played, like, Super Empire Strikes Back a lot. Shadows of the Empire was sick. And actually, during the COVID times, I beat, Star Wars on the Nintendo. Pretty sure I did a 100% run on that. That game's a little rough. I had fun, like, learning it, but it wasn't the best. Yeah, so one of the cool things about DS1, specifically, it's not the case with all their games. Almost every enemy that has a tail, you can cut it off for, like, a weapon in this game. Which is really cool. So as you see, the gargoyle tail axe, it's an interesting weapon. I have not beaten Battletoads, no. I didn't ring the bell. Did I? Did I ring the bell? Guys, did I ring the bell? I'm losing my mind. I did, right? I think I did. I think if Oswald's down here, that means I rang the bell. There he is. Alright. We gotta learn the well, what is it? Yes, okay, thank you, Mr. B. Sometimes I can't remember. I'll buy one purging stone, just in case. Just in case. Don't remember hearing the Taco Bell? Yeah. I made homemade tacos today, by the way. Chicken tacos, they were really fucking good. I'm not gonna lie though, I made them like hot, so my stomach's like in shambles tonight. That makes sense, vintage. So when I was a kid, I had... Wait, let me remove this. I had the Sega Genesis version of Battletoads, so I played that a lot. I never beat it though, and I never actually sat down to like really learn the NES or the Genesis version. I think that, like, the games are like okay. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of them, to be honest with you. So I never really had the oomph or desire to really sit down. All right, let's start dumping into Vitality. All right. So I think we can go do the Moonlight Butterfly. Well, let's go do that. We are gonna want to get as much of a upgrade on our weapon as quickly as possible, so that means we should probably do the depths tonight. EBH. I also want to see, can I possibly kill you? I hate fighting these guys. Their hitboxes are complete ass. Yeah, that's not a lot. Yep. Actually, surprised we're alive. Did that not hit him? Man, that's whack. Oh, is he immune because he's a demon? I didn't even think about that. Are you immune to firebombs because you're a demon? I think so, actually. No. Okay, just a little resistant. Oh, he dodged me. Well, yeah, the that part is definitely notorious. Requires a lot of memorization and fast twitch reflexes. All right. Yeah, let's go do the Moonlight Butterfly. And then I think we'll go do... We'll try to do Capra in the depths. How about that? That seems like a pretty good logical progression tonight. And then I think we'll be able to stop there. Capra should be fine on this run because Capra is all about having like good vitality and poise and stuff, right? With the dog gank. So yeah, like I said, going into this run, I wasn't particularly like, you know, I wasn't shitting my pants, right? Because I know how powerful poise is in this one. I am a little, I have to do a little bit more research before we get the DS2. And DS3, I think poise also kind of sucks. So those will be interesting. Those will be very interesting. Yeah, that's how you know games are hard, right? If you can't even beat it with like Game Shark and shit. Brutal. That reminds me, a couple years ago, I beat Spider-Man versus the Kingpin for my channel. I reviewed it and I beat it on Nightmare mode, like the hardest possible difficulty you could do. I beat it without dying, and then I also did like a casual playthrough without dying as well, like on like normal mode. As a kid, that game was like a thorn in my side and my parents' side. We could not figure out how to beat Kingpin, and I remember I used Game Genie, and I still couldn't beat Kingpin because Kingpin has a really weird hitbox, and I just never understood it. And he could like bash you around to the point where, like, you know, you basically can't control Spider-Man. And the unfortunate thing is, during that fight, Mary Jane is getting lowered into like acid or something. So it's sort of timed. You could stop it by shooting your web. But with all that being said, I had, you know, Game Genie firing off, but because I didn't know how to properly hit Kingpin, I still lost. So it wasn't until recent times that I was able to go through, really figure it out, and then conquer it. So Target Earth, yeah, I could see that. That's I haven't really played that game much, but I've dabbled. Here's the enemy Mr. B was talking about, one of the more interesting ones. Yeah, dude. Back in the day, I was like absolutely obsessed with Game Genie. I loved, like, as a kid, I was all about cheat codes and all that kind of shit. Absolutely resonated with my soul. And then it's funny, as I got older, like, something switched in me probably around like my college years where, like, I hated using cheat codes and I hated making things easy. Like, one of the first games that I actually like sat down and like, I must beat this game, I'm not gonna cheat, I'm not gonna do this, not gonna do that, was Castlevania, and it was in college. And ever since then, I really haven't looked back. So this should be interesting. We're just gonna sit here and try to tank as much as possible. I was gonna say, I don't know how that's gonna work. Alright, whenever you want to eat, bucko, feel free to land, okay? Coming down? Oh my god, this guy. You want to eat? Thank you. So, not as great as I had hoped, and I definitely could have got another hit in there. Oh! Got me on the ricochet, dude. Give me a break. Doing this fight without getting hit was actually quite an achievement for me, I'm not gonna lie. Are you done, bro? Thank you. See ya. Yeah, I know. But honestly, it was alright. I probably could have sped things up with the, whatchamacall? My last resin. Yeah, Game Shark was also another one. I used so much Game Shark with Pokemon. Had a blast. Alrighty. You're the dog, man. Alright. Yeah, so far so good with this run. Kind of going as I expected. Let's get that up. Get that up. I think when I hit like 2020, I'll probably start dumping a little bit more into strength, but I'm more concerned with getting that stuff up at the moment. Okay. So yeah, let's go try to... Let's go do the Capra and the Gaping Dragon. I think that sounds like a good, logical, and by then it'll probably be close till 10:30 anyway. By the way, guys, again, if you haven't already, please make sure to like the stream. I already know my viewership's gonna be like way down for this one compared to Shining Force, so if you guys could help me out, that'd be awesome. Oh yeah, I probably would have bought it too. I would have even bought one for Tiger Electronics. Yeah, back then, man, I was so obsessed with like cheat codes and all that kind of stuff, and just you know, obviously like the midway games and whatnot too, like the in-game codes where you know, like NFL Blitz and all that, where you can make people's like heads big and just like weird shit. Like I was so all about it. That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe, like, does it have something to do with, like, the whole, like, I don't know, the digital aspect of it or whatever? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I feel like cheat codes aren't really as prevalent anymore, right? Yeah, whatever, I'll just repair everything, that's fine.
Don't get yourself.
Oh yeah, tons of print jobs. Yeah, I was also thinking that as well, Vintage, like maybe they're just the way the games are coded now and stuff, it's probably just nuts. I mean, like, for example, like a game like this, right? You pretty much have to download, I mean, you don't have to, but there's like programs where you could easily patch things and stuff like that. Like when I did my Armor of Thorns run, where do I want to go? Hold on, I gotta think. I guess I could technically go back this way. When I did my Armor of Thorns run, like I used like a program to drop items in my game, so I started with it, because normally you wouldn't be able to get everything until towards the end. So I've utilized things like that for sure. Oh, you know what? I actually do want to go this way. Yeah, that's fine. And I think I mentioned before on stream, like one of my favorite coding type things was Mortal Kombat 3. I told you guys I literally memorized all the codes for that because I entered them so much when I played it. Cool stuff, cooler stuff, Scott stuff, and sound test or whatever. Get to play Galaga and shit. Alright, let's go to the lower Undead Burg, shall we? Yeah. Good times. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I still remember them. Like, I know I have the muscle memory for it. It was like, Up, up, down, down, left, right, ABA, select AB, right, left, down, down, up, up, XBA, Y, up, left, down, right, down. Those, I think that was Cool Stuff, Cooler Stuff, and Scott Stuff on SNES. And then I think Sound Test was AYBX. Just 4 buttons. Good times, good times. Boom. Boom. Yes, I absolutely agree with that. The soundtracks should always be playable in every game. The fact that they always like gate kept it behind like cheat codes and stuff back in the day was wild. Damn, I almost got killed there. Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's the life, man. That's the life. It doesn't hit quite the same anymore. You know, obviously, I guess childhood's different, right? But like, for example, like I said, I'm taking off of work tomorrow and I'm going to be playing a lot of Shadow Tower, but it's not going to feel like the Friday night when you're renting a game and entering in your cheat codes. Yeah, all the sound stuff should just be accessible. I think one of the reasons why I liked my first playthrough of Elden Ring so much was, you know, it reminded me of being a kid. Like, I lost myself in it for that release weekend, you know? Yeah, I'm confident enough to get through. Famous last words. Famous last words. Hello, bucko. Well, I can't roll into these guys, so be careful, buddy. So yeah, if you're not familiar with Dark Souls, these are some of the most treacherous enemies in the game, the Torch Hollows. They, like, absolutely obliterate your poise. They could, like, damage chain you into oblivion. It's kind of wild. I don't really even know why I'm coming over here. I don't necessarily need to. Yeah. Just really one of those twin humanities, man. Alright. As long as we're careful through here, we can unlock the shortcut back to the Berg. Whoa. That was weird. Exactly. In more ways than one. Target shield, nice. I can't remember if that's a auto drop or just a random from them, but not a bad one. For the parries. So yeah. Whoa, forgot about you. Oh, okay. So I kind of remembered there was a target shield right there. All right, so there's the Capra. You could actually cheese the Capra. Has anybody actually done that? I don't know if the people that are here actually really even play Dark Souls, but I did it once. I felt really, really dirty, to be honest with you. But the Capra Demon is definitely one of the tougher fights for newbies. If you go into that fight relatively early, which you can, and you go in with bad poise, low vitality, it could be an absolute fucking nightmare. It is dirty. It is. But I do think it's a little overblown, because in my opinion, you know, if you're playing through the game casually, you should hypothetically have a decent amount of levels, kinda, you know, by that point, sorta know what you want to do, a little bit at least. But who knows? A lot of people apparently get stuck there. Do you have anything I want? Not really. Guess I'll buy one of those. Fine.
Come again,
You know what? As long as I don't roll, I'm just gonna go forward and try to beat the Capra as is. I should be able to at this point with a +5 and this armor and stuff. Oops. So it's so like not, I'm not used to playing like this, so it makes it interesting. And I'm trying to be extra deliberate to not roll, so it makes the playthrough longer, which I guess is good. But we're making pretty good progress tonight. Like I said, I'd like to get Capra and Gaping Dragon. Probably just call it there, but we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. I wouldn't mind necessarily going back and killing the Stray Demon, possibly. Stray Demon might be a little... because the Stray Demon has the AoE. I mean, I don't know. I should be fine, but I would rather go there with a +10. Alrighty. Here we go. Let's see what kind of dogs we get. There's like 3 ways the fight could start. Okay. So that was the worst way. Yeah, we're dead. That was horrible. Holy hell. Alright, we're fine now. Oh, that's not good. There we go. So yeah, thank God for that armor. How about that? We got ganked hard there. Goodness.
Hello.
Neato. I know it didn't show up on the screen, but I see it in the back end of Streamlabs. I am very gracious to be in the presence of the Gravelord. Thank you for subscribing. Yes, God, what's his name? Again, I don't really watch much streaming and stuff anymore. Dino, right? Well, there was like the Happy Hob, I think, did that, and then Dino recently did like 5 or 6 of them back to back to back. Are they not in the game at all? It'd be sick if you could like dual wield. Maybe in DS2. Somebody could enter them in. I really like the Capra Demon. I do, like, you know, the people that hate on this, the second half of the game, I understand, because it, like, you know, you go down to Lost Izalith and shit, and all of a sudden it's just littered with Taurus Demons and Capra Demons, so it kind of cheapens them both a little bit, but Capra Demon's a cool, cool design. Yeah, so I think we're right on track tonight. Like I said, my goal is to hopefully kill the Gaping Dragon, and then we'll, probably call it from there. Oh, really? How'd I miss? Give me a break. And that's what I told you guys. These torch hollows, man. Especially if you're running around naked, like in a challenge run or something, or a speed run. You could fuck your shit. Yeah, I think I used the Butcher's Cleaver a little bit on my first run. More weird enemies. You have the weird enemies in the Darkroot area, and I always found the Butchers to be interesting, to say the least. My favorite one's this one up here. She's hanging up in the rafters. So random. What's the thing that it's holding besides the cleaver? I never really figured that out. Like, what is that thing? And it's funny too, like the way that the cleaver comes down kind of reminds me of that one enemy from DS3, the one early in the game. You guys know what I'm talking about. Alright, let's go free the best NPC. Oh no! I can't roll. Guys, am I allowed to roll? Hold on.
You must help me.
I don't want to kill Laurentius here. Maybe I could throw a dagger. I don't even need you, but, like, you're my boy. He's so nice. Another weapon that doesn't drop. Yeah, that's basically what it is, exactly. Can I... Missed. There we go.
I'll be... Oh.
Alright. You're welcome, bro. Roll a joint. Nice. All right, let's get the large ember. Shall we? Why aren't you locking on? Boom. Well, I appreciate it, horse. Yeah, it's always nice, you know, coming back and doing something that's, you know, a little easier for me, you know what I mean? Where, I mean, I know it's a challenge run, don't get me wrong, but I've played Dark Souls so many times that it's just like kicking back and hanging out, you know? Wee. Alright, so there's nothing that I necessarily need from down here. So we'll probably just... go straight for the Gaping Dragon. Yeah, for sure. And also, you know, obviously I appreciate it because, like, I clearly know, you know, you do like the retro stuff, but I know you're also into more modern stuff, so I always appreciate you hanging around, buddy. And again, I keep laughing because, like, Dark Souls isn't necessarily modern anymore, but you know what I'm saying. Modern classic, exactly. Exactly. Alright, let's go unlock the shortcut. I can, right? From behind. I should probably go kill the channeler. I called him the sorcerer earlier. That was my mistake. The channeler. Okay? I don't want him pew-pewing me. From above. Nice. Who doesn't want a penguin and an ostrich mount, I ask? I do. I do not remember that now. Yeah, I agree. It still looks good. Despite it, you know, being, what? 2025? Like 15 years old at this point or something? I don't know. And like I said, you know, the remastered version in some ways is better, but in some ways isn't. Like, even the Prepare to Die edition looks pretty good. Arguably better. Alright. Cool. Homestar Runner. Great times. Alright, we're gonna pop boss souls. I'm not gonna... We're not, you know... I'm not taking the no-roll run into New Game Plus and Beyond or anything like that. We don't need achievements, so fuck it. Alright. Alright, let's go try to kill the Channeler. And then go kill the Gaping Dragon. But first... Grab this. Open the door since we're here. Yeah, I was a big, strong bad guy, for sure. That shit blew my mind when I was young. So yeah, there's like some souls or some humanity and stuff down here. But all in all, I don't necessarily need anything. There's the one ring, which I also don't necessarily need. Trying to remember the quickest way. This is not the way, by the way. Oh, no, it is. Or is it? Yes, it is. Okay, we're good. Oh, is it from the Black Box wrestling game on NES? Was that the inspiration? Because I could see it. Come on, guys. See ya. The email with the email. Dude, I haven't watched any of that shit in so long, but like it lives rent free. Oh, you know what? It might actually be... I'm assuming it's either pro wrestling on the NES or it could be that muscle game. Because I think one of the like main people in the muscle game kind of looks like Strong Bad. I could be wrong. I don't know. Not quite sure. Alright, let's go kill the Gaping Dragon. Actually, yeah, I'll do that. I still have, whatchamacallit, don't I? I do still have a pine resin. That'll make things go quicker. Tag team wrestling? Okay, okay. Yeah, I also underestimated how many wrestling games there are on Nintendo. Because aside from like all the ones that we just mentioned, there's all the WWF and WCW games too. Boom. Dom Hall of Zena. Oh yeah, I forgot you sell pine resin.
Well, that is a shame.
Wow. Well then. Perhaps we shall buy. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There we go.
Thank you.
Okay. Damn, that dude jumped! I think that one's Pro Wrestling, which is a black box title. I'm pretty sure. When I was a kid, I bought WCW, and I remember it didn't work. I was so upset. I bought it off eBay, like, I don't know, middle school or something. I was devastated. Watch Princess Bride? Yeah, I have not seen that in a long time. I think the last time I watched it was in school. Alrighty. Gaping Dragon. This one won't be bad, because I don't really roll during this fight anyway. Definitely one of the coolest boss designs, by the way. Oh damn, this dude's like... you know what? That's... yep. I knew that was gonna happen. I got lucky there. I forgot since I'm so fat, I can't really recover my stamina very well, and one of the best things to do against him is you have to have a lot of stamina so you can run out of the way. And yes, you can cut his tail. Come on. Oh. He's gonna puke.
I'm coming for you, boy. And I'm coming hard.
Oh no. There we go.
I'm gonna be hanging from the back room.
Trying to get all the tail cuts. I'll flex for you guys, right? Why not? Oh my god. Typically don't see him vomit that much. That was a good whiff, huh? Alright, we got it. Hey, I gotta be a little careful, alright? Gotta be a little careful here. Okie doke. Alright, let's do that. So I'm not gonna end the stream right away, guys. I wanna plot out my moves here. So I definitely want to go back to Andre because I could ascend to +6 at the very least because I have a large Titanite shard. Trying to think if I want to head down to Blighttown yet or not. I might. I think I will. Yeah, we're plotting over here. Alright. Alright, let's go back to Andre. I'm gonna upgrade to +6. And then I do think I'm gonna go down to Blighttown. And I'll get to the bonfire. And that's where we'll stop. And we'll be able to kill Qualag. Next stream. No, this is not New Game Plus. This is just New Game. Believe it or not, as much as I like all these games, I don't really play the New Game Plus cycles and stuff that much. I've done it here and there, of course, but I don't know. For some reason, it doesn't appeal to me as much. I don't know why, but it's kind of how it be. Forgot. Whack. Bum ba da dum bum 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 ba da dum bum bum bum. Oh! Dude! Oh my god. I like how we ended up getting a I don't even know what the hell happened there. I didn't even press the button. I'm not kidding. I did not press the roll button. That's some bullshit. Well, I just lost 8,000 souls because of that. Son of a bitch. Alright, what is that? That's technically roll 2. Roll count 2. Motherfucker. Well, that's disappointing. I don't even know what happened there. I kind of wish that I had the input reader thing on the screen. It was very strange. I guess I must have hit it twice. Who knows? Who knows, man? And I cannot grab those souls because of the roll. That's the shtick with this run, guys. All in all, though, I'm pretty happy. I played for almost, like, 2.5 hours, and I only accidentally rolled twice, so... It could be worse. Could be worse. The only thing that sucks is I lost 8,000 souls, which, you know, could go a long way towards the Crest of Artorias. We'll definitely upgrade the large Titanite shard. So that is a little disappointing. These are probably only going to put me at what, like, yeah, well, it's a little more than I thought. Oh, yeah, that's right, too, guys. I didn't even think about that. The thing that sucks about that is I lost my humanity, too. For those that don't know, humanity raises resistances and defenses and things like that, so the higher your humanity is, the more defense and whatnot you have. Also, it raises item discovery, a couple things like that. Reverse hollowing, blah, 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 blah. So, rolling and having to forfeit all that shit does kind of suck a little bit. Alright, let's go to Andre. So the goal here, guys, Andre, and then Blighttown. I actually need some more souls because I think I want to buy the weaponsmith box. I don't think I have it, right? That should be enough, I think. I mean, I guess I could always kill a few more. I'm gonna take some equipment off, actually. Let's make our journey a little bit quicker. Oh, Andre, I meant to give that to you, buddy. I'm sorry.
Why not?
Yes, yes. Okie doke. Weaponsmith. Modify equipment. Alright, we're at +6. We're at Andre. Now let's go back to the Firelink Shrine and we'll, like I said, we'll go down to Blighttown and I will go to the bonfire and there we will call it a stream. So who did we get today? We got Asylum Demon, Taurus Demon, Moonlight Butterfly, Bell Gargoyles, Capra Demon, and Gaping Dragon. So not too bad of a first stream, and we're kind of like set up. Got my weapon. We've already ascended it to +6. Ended up getting a good shield drop. Elite Knight set will carry me until Havel. So yeah, things are looking up. I was gonna say, if I'm so used to running and rolling through here because you can get hit with the toxic darts. It's like very different to not be running around like an idiot through here, honestly. Ooh, can I even get on here? Okay. Like I said, I'm so used to rolling, I'm like questioning simple things at this point. Okie doke. We're almost there, guys. Thank you for hanging around. Appreciate it. And there we are. Okay. Well, I think there are some large Titanite shards down here. So we should be able to bump up to +7, +8 maybe before Quelaag. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. And let me think here too. All right. I think you're probably still hearing Dark Souls, but it's fine. Thank you for hanging out. If you haven't already, please make sure to like the stream. Appreciate it. And yeah, stay tuned on the Discord, social medias. We'll see. Yeah, 2 rolls, I know. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. They were so accidental too, which is very disappointing. I thought I was gonna have like some like true accidents where I'm like rolling in the middle of a fight or something. But all in all, not too bad. Next stream, let me think logically here. Today's Sunday. There's a good chance for... I don't know, actually. I'll say tentatively Wednesday. We'll see. But alright, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Have a good rest of your evening and have a good week. And I'll see you guys at the next one. Take care.